What's up, guys? It's Sean here with the Sean and Ellie book channel, and today I have for you another sci-fi book. Don't know where this is coming from. I have read 5 sci-fi books in my entire life, and so happens all of them have been right around the time that I've been doing this channel. It's still not my favorite genre. It's still not what I would necessarily call my ideal reading, but these were books that have been heavily recommended to me, and this is another one, and it is Snow Crash by Neal Stephenson. A friend of mine from a while ago recommended this book to me very heavily, and I've been kind of teetering on starting it up, and I've finally did, and can't say super glad I did. I've been told this is one of those books that when you come back to it in like 5 or 6 years, you'll understand like what the goal of it was and what the message was. And the thing was, there were many. I'm going to start with the non-spoiler section, obviously. There's a lot of philosophical tangents and cool debates happening. As far as the way Neal Stephenson projected the future, because this book is about 22 years old, I believe. Very, very impressive, I must be added. For those who don't know this, we're dealing with this like dystopian world where governments have pretty much ceased to exist, and we are dealing with it is pretty much a version of what the future of capitalism looks like, because it's a world where you have franchises who are running the country, who are running the world pretty much. So like, imagine like Walmart is like running the world on one side, and then you have Burger King on the other side, and the mafia is super powerful, and there's all these different groups who own power at the moment. And the story follows pretty much a group of two people, and it is a hacker by the name of Hero. He is an African-American, half African-American, half Asian man, who is a master sword fighter and like one of the best hackers in the world at the same time, and a 15-year-old courier who just delivers pizza and packages and stuff, who's by the name of YT. Literally YT. Great. And there's a lot of just, as far as the story goes, I can't really give this a very, very high marks. I don't think the story itself was very, very good. It's more a matter of the themes and the philosophical debate that he's having and the comedic nature, I guess, which is what he's going for, because some people are saying some specific parts of this is hilarious. I'm like, it's okay, but it's not. I personally did not necessarily enjoy this story too much. However, if you are a big sci-fi fan, you most likely have already read this book, and you may enjoy this a lot more. This cyberpunk style of book, I'm not really too familiar with this genre. There was the virtual reality aspect of it. The world is pretty much split into the real world and the virtual reality, or the metaverse, which for me, I've recently just read Ready Player One, so that's like the Oasis style, which was interesting, definitely interesting. That is definitely like a good prediction of where the future is headed and where we are in the world. However, as far as plot line, as far as world building, the world building, I'll give him a little bit of credit for. I think it was good. This may be a book that we may come back to in 5 or 6 years. Hopefully the channel's still around at that point and we're still making videos, and hopefully have a few more people watching. That I may come back to and say, oh my God, I was so wrong. These are the cool parts. These was really good. This is all the good stuff. So I'm actually going to move on right away to a spoiler section. But as far as, do I recommend this to read? Sure, it's a classic, I guess. So read it and tell me why it's actually great, because I still have no clue. For the spoiler section now, this book, as far as the story was so blah. Like, I was so confused all the time because it kept jumping all over the place. I really wasn't able to follow exactly what was happening in any moment very clearly. Hero, not exactly the most likable of characters. Neither is YT, to be completely honest with you. There just isn't much reason for me to like these characters. They're both broken in a weird way. The main thing that I couldn't understand is why these two are friends. Where did this relationship come from between the two of them? Like, outside of just for the hell of it and both being couriers. Like, where did this partnership come from? Uh, it was very, very bizarre. I did not expect that at all. Um, so and then the story ends so weird. And then YT's like, "All right, mom, let's go home." All right, I guess that's the end of the book. Great. Very much just dropping the end. The fight scenes or the battle, I never felt any emotion towards the story. There was never a point where I was like, "Oh my God, this is happening. The world's at stake. Let's go do it." Because there was never really a moment that I had any doubt that it was going to end in any other way. They just didn't really raise the stakes enough for me personally. The argument of this like religious nature that the meta virus, it's a cool theory. It's a cool idea that I did like. There was one specific line: "I am an atheist. I don't necessarily believe in God or a higher power." And so the piece where there's an argument between Hero and somebody else, and they're talking about the library. He's talking about a parasite. Is it a parasite? Is it a virus, or is it religion? And somebody said, "What's the difference?" And I was like, good stuff, good stuff. But it does talk about some really, really cool philosophical debates. Somebody was mentioning how the theology is kind of off. I'm not a theologian or an expert in theology in any way, so I can't really argue. But the way the historic trends were brought in, I was kind of into it. I was kind of like, okay. Relating all the things to the Tower of Babel and how the virus comes in and how it takes over people's brains and how it can like allow people to be mind controlled and all these things, which is an interesting parody about what religion does and how it affects the brains of people and how we do succumb to it very easily because of the. So there is a line in the book that talks about the need for religion in humanity, and I think that's a very interesting thought to get more involved in. I think there's more in that arena that could be explored. I do like that idea, but as far as it goes, I can't say I enjoyed this story. I did finish it just because I prefer to finish books, and it's better to finish books if I'm making reviews for them anyway. So I would love to know what other people who have read this story and love this story think. I personally, it just didn't hit the marks for me. The story was lacking. It ended very abruptly. I didn't care about any of the characters. I was expecting at the end for like YT or Hero to die. They didn't, obviously, and even if they had died, I don't think I cared about either of them enough to really want to get involved, be emotionally disturbed by this. So that's kind of where I'm going to end the review. As far as it goes, personally, like a 4 out of 10 if I was going to give it an analysis. But someday we might come back to it and realize, oh no, this is a 10 out of 10 book. Easy must read. We'll find out. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Sean, and this is Sean and Dolly Football Channel. Book channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.